¿Esto qué es? Porque puse el emblema de la Colo Colo. Ah, mira, colocaron el chat en modo lento.
Peggy 16.
Ojo, 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 ojo. Empieza.
El universo está hecho de luz y oscuridad. Estas fuerzas ancestrales se encuentran en toda la materia y la energía, tanto en nuestro sistema solar como fuera de él. Pero no siempre hemos sabido eso. Cuando el viajero llegó a nuestro sistema solar, lo llamaron de muchas formas: nave, planeta, Dios. Su presencia provocó e inspiró grandes cambios. Terraformó varias lunas y planetas. La esperanza de vida se multiplicó por 3.
Por favor, que sea una nueva cinemática para los New Lights.
Y lanzamos naves colonia para crear mundos más allá de lo nuestro. Fue nuestra edad de oro.
Si está muy alto, me avisa y le bajo.
Estaba condenada a terminar. Un enemigo ancestral persiguió al viajero. Una voz en la oscuridad nos encontró. La humanidad lo perdió todo. Con su último aliento, el viajero hizo retroceder a su enemigo para crear algo nuevo. Los espectros. Entre las tinieblas que siguieron al colapso, los espectros eligieron a los primeros portaluces. Guerreros inmortales que recibieron el poder de la luz del viaje.
Es literalmente la primera cinemática de todo Destiny, pero en el nuevo formato que usan.
Se enfrentó a muchas amenazas. Invasores de otros sistemas llegaron en tropel. Unos piratas llamados caídos vinieron a expoliar los restos de nuestra edad de oro. Los violentos cabal vinieron a por nuestro territorio y nuestros recursos, a conquistarlos. La colmena, formada por agresivos devotos de la muerte, llegó para saciar sus ansias de destrucción. Y los Breaks, unas extrañas criaturas mecánicas, llegaron para someter nuestro mundo a su salvaje brutalidad. También luchamos entre nosotros. Durante un tiempo reinó el caos. Sin embargo, al final nos unimos para reconstruir nuestro mundo, para curar nuestras heridas. Construimos una ciudad bajo la sombra.
La última ciudad.
La última ciudad segura de la Tierra. En esa ciudad, toda la humanidad convivió en paz y armonía. Los humanos, habitantes originales de la Tierra. Los Exos, prodigios de la Edad de Oro.
Banshee.
Y los Insomnes, un pueblo tocado tanto por la luz como por la oscuridad.
My beloved girl.
Los portaluces prometieron proteger la última ciudad. Con el paso de los siglos, se ganaron el título de guardianes. Los titanes, todo un ejemplo de fuerza y valentía.
Me titan desde la beta.
Eruditos de la magia y conocedores de las artes arcanas.
Hola, Nico.
Y los cazadores, audaces aventureros conocidos por su astucia. Los guardianes saben que son más fuertes cuando permanecen unidos. Ahora, nuevas amenazas usan nuestros poderes contra nosotros. La flota negra estrecha su cerco y nos empuja hacia un segundo colapso. Y nuestro mayor adversario, la voz de la oscuridad, se muestra como un ser de un poder inimaginable.
Ay, por favor, no me hagas esto. ¡Ah!
Pero no todo
Ya.
está perdido. Nuevos guardianes surgen cada día para cambiar el futuro en nuestro sistema solar
Ay, qué bonito, ¿no?
y más allá.
Muy bonita cinemática. Muy bonita cinemática. Muy bonita cinemática. Esto tiene que estar en el juego. Tiene que ser una cinemática para los New Light. Sí, confirmo. Tiene que ser. Porque está muy bonita, está muy bien hecha. Esta empieza en 10 segundos, ¿no? Bien. Fuera contador. Tenemos el bingo. Lo dejaré aquí por si las moscas. Lo voy a tener oculto. Luego vamos haciendo checks, ¿vale? Lightfall. ¡A la verga! ¡Era cierto!
Vean este glorioso final. Vendrán a por nosotros.
¡A la mierda!
Para saborear hasta la última gota de esa lucha estéril. Esa es su esencia.
Que vengan y observen. Nuestra verdadera forma. Lo que hagan entonces.
¿Pana qué mondas
Sin
esto?
las cadenas de la esperanza.
¡Oh! ¡Su clase de corrupción!
¡Su clase de corrupción! Son. Porque solo cuando llegue el final. Seremos libres.
¡A la verga! Destiny 2, Eclipse. 28 de febrero. Loco, ¿qué? ¿Este cambio de temática qué? Por fin me mataban el enemigo que hemos esperado tanto tiempo. Y esta temática es brutal. Literalmente, Tron Legacy completamente. A la mierda. Y ese era Calus.
Landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced. Calus is taking that army that he's bringing with him to be the harbinger that witnesses doom.
Así que básicamente la raza enemiga va a ser...
For Destiny, everyone is coming to have a last stand with Calus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
Por cierto, voy a ir anotando lo del... ¿Lo de qué?
We see in the trailer
Lo de la
that we're
subclase
headed to
de
Neptune,
oscuridad.
and on Neptune there's been this hidden city
Neonuma.
called Neomuna, where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune.
La capital de
It's a giant
Neptuno.
metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. Exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Los jinetes de las nubes.
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors
¿Esto
of
cuenta
a
como una nueva
civilization
raza?
that's potentially under threat. But
¿Esto lo vamos a contar como una nueva
Guardians
raza?
were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the
Mira, vamos a
Guardians
contarlo
to
como una nueva
learn
raza.
from
Vamos a
the
contarlo como una nueva
Cloud
raza. Me
Striders
parece
and their way of
adecuado.
living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been
Sí,
aware of.
es una nueva
And
raza en
of course,
esencia.
you get a glimpse of this green
¿Dónde lo coloco?
energy.
Nueva
I wonder
raza.
what that is.
Aquí está.
Strand
Digamos
is
dos.
the new darkness power
Vale.
that we discover here. Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before, when you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces and, you know, have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna.
Ganchos,
you are really
loco.
gonna have to prepare yourself for a wild ride.
Literalmente,
And we've got a whole
momento
lot more
Spider-Man.
we're excited to show you coming up.
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players move, fight, and explore everywhere in Destiny.
Neptune is this fantastic destination. The capital city of Neomuna is a really fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is
Loco, este lugar apunta a ser literalmente la mejor destinación del juego.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're going to be able to explore and get to places that you couldn't before.
Look at that up there. I wonder if I can grapple to there. I'm going to be a kid in a candy store.
It's not a city
Voy a ponerlo como
gameplay.
Voy a ponerlo como gameplay trailer.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city.
Tiene muchas vibras a Nueva Mombasa.
They provide that like characteristic Cabal brute
La fuerza de las sombras.
all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside these terrifying new pyramid units called Tormentors.
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded, and so the Tormentors that they've brought in are these impossibly huge,
criaturas imparables de tamaño de
unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops. You're like, okay, I'm playing through,
Es un
having
campeón.
fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
Es un campeón literalmente.
We've got all the new stuff going into the game.
Ojo, novedades.
Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment. These are all a great setting for a new legendary campaign, and we're still making sure that we go through and we tweak and tune and we balance the encounters to have that right challenging level of difficulty for players.
The legendary campaign was a huge hit coming out of the Witch Queen. It was the first time we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside
Técnicamente
track
es
towards being
es parte de la raza de los cabal, pero ajá. Sí, contar como una
Everyone
rueda
back to
raza.
the studio is so hard
Loco.
at work on Lightfall, putting in the details and making this whole release come alive and continue to surprise and delight players. I
Sí.
am so excited to get this out.
Un vistazo a las supers. A la subclase nueva. A la verga. Vete a la mierda.
Come on, amazing.
I'm super excited to dive into Strand and talk about all the new stuff that we just saw.
Atadura se llama.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy.
Energía
that forms this
psíquica.
extra dimension, this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all these living beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Loco.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together. Like, it's always been there, and now that we can tap into it, we
La
can
forma
use
como
it for
crean
our
los ítems
benefit,
de la
whether it's
atadura
through
se ve
movement
muy
or
smooth.
through damage.
Strand has a grappling hook.
Un
Since
gancho.
you're seeing into this cosmic web, you are able to grapple at any point because the cosmic web exists.
Mira eso, mira eso, mira eso, mira eso.
Even if there's not an object there, it will hook on to that web and pull you forward.
Se
It's just
enganchará
taking that
al
idea
aire.
to the next level
Se
and putting
enganchará al
that,
aire.
to death.
So the warlock, they're the telekinetic.
Los hechiceros son los maestros telequinéticos de la
So they're
armadura.
going to be able to telepathically reach into the strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these strand missiles.
Wow.
Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the Titan, you're able to weave these claws and do an area damage
gracias.
around you, spinning and slashing.
Bro,
The
Spin.
super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter rope.
Spin.
The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around.
Literalmente una cuerda.
First time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind.
Dios mío. Loco, está demasiado bueno la atadura. Está demasiado
Destiny
bueno.
is a game that gets even better when you play with your friends. We want to create communities that are welcoming, inclusive, and that let you bring your old friends and make new ones.
A ver.
It should be easier.
Digo, la entrada free to play es una tienen que saberlo, pero bueno.
Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss melting, storm chaser wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting, Psycho's rampart crutching sentinel.
And if none of what Joe just said makes sense to you, we want to fix that too. Because it's not about removing the depth that makes Destiny so great. It's instead about allowing everyone to dive deeper with ease.
Por favor, hagan, rómpanla, por favor. Quiero ver qué hacen.
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters, changes to how you see what there is to do and what there is to accomplish. And in the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's
Acabo de ver los
really
loadouts.
exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow.
Por favor,
Guardian
a ver.
ranks are this, like, this basically
Niveles de los
the knowledge
guardianes.
ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks. And it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian involves other Guardians and what they think about you. That is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're gonna know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny.
Va a haber niveles de guardián que depende de qué tanta cosa haya hecho.
Other players, some of the higher Guardian ranks will actually be asking for you to step up, to actually rise to the occasion, to other
Yo lo que entiendo es que va a haber nivel de guardianes que va a determinar como que te va desbloqueando el contenido del juego mientras vas avanzando para que tenga un camino a seguir. Es como un sistema de progresión nuevo para que entendamos.
On a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players, you'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited about being able to form
Un
groups in
sistema
the
de
next
looking for
coming
group
year
in
because
game.
it can be really hard to get through some of the hard content solo, and making it so much easier to find people to play with is just going to make getting into Destiny and doing the awesome content so much easier.
Pepe, te cuenta que es la experiencia free to play, o sea, nosotros que ya estamos experimentando vamos a tener todo desbloqueado. Pero el LFK in-game es God.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system that's designed to
sí, señor. Esto me
players
gusta.
show appreciation for each other. Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people
me encanta. Me encanta esto de las menciones.
Both the loadout screen and the mod manager are completely new features.
The mod manager
Gracias.
Destiny a lot easier.
We all love our fashion game. The fashion game's amazing. And so we're going to take what we did for the fashion game and we're bringing it to the Buildcraft game. There's going to be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character.
Gracias.
You'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Gracias.
Yeah, I feel like with the new release of Destiny and the commendation system mixed with Guardian ranks, we're giving players even new aspirations. It isn't going to be just about power level. It won't just be about gear. It's also going to be about that Guardian rank. It's going to be about those commendations. It's all the ways that we're bringing players together.
De verdad, algo se hacía falta ya. Algo así sí falta ya, te lo juro.
We're also launching a brand new season of Destiny 2. And as we've evolved our seasons over the years, we've learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver some amazing character moments and events for the community.
Because the witness is coming.
Porque se va la calidad.
If we want to survive, we need a crew.
A ver.
We're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
Sacar a tus enemigos.
We need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure. In the season of plunder.
Temporada de los tesoros. Ojo. Claramente.
Eramis es libre.
¡Eramis!
Las antiguas tripulaciones ahora están bajo su mando.
¡Eramis!
He leído sobre ellas. ¿Cuál es la palabra humana?
Piratas. La vanguardia debería reagruparse para luchar.
Bueno, levad anclas.
Demuéstrales a esos piratas lo que pasa cuando...
¡A la mierda!
¡A la araña!
¡La araña vuelve!
Que tengas munición.
¿Qué es esto?
Es hora de volar por los aires esta barcaza desvencijada.
¿Y por qué Mitrax está hablando como un pirata? Loco, está totalmente random.
Tienes la mercancía.
El arco se ve brutal. Asalta la puta pirata. Reclama tu tesoro. Un mar de estrellas te espera.
Perdona, me he dejado llevar por la emoción de la aventura.
Y que vuelva el vagabundo lo hace aún mejor. Destiny 2, temporada de los tesoros, del 23 de agosto al 6 de diciembre. Es temporada de casi 4 meses.
Pirates.
Arr.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to...
Mithrax, Ido y la araña.
Anchors away.
Y el vagabundo.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your own. You're going to fill it with different crew members that you can recruit over the course of the season.
Tan random.
Drifter is going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
So excited.
¿Cómo que queche privado?
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my god, this is going to be a fun season.
Divertida sí creo que va a ser.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship and you are the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
Okay.
The second big activity we have coming this season is called Expedition. You're going to be guiding a massive drill that's looking for this buried, hidden pirate treasure, and you're going to have to be fending off of all these pirate crews trying to protect their hoards.
Okay, esta va a ser en el cosmódromo al parecer.
And then our final new activity coming this season is what we're calling pirate hideouts.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the pirate lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Aramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Arc is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy's
Vale,
faces.
Arquito.
It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression.
Literalmente. Full W la subclase.
Is really about close range action, being fluid and dynamic and agile, evasive. So we're going to give Arc Hunter a new super.
Ojo, la super.
Gathering Storm, where you summon your Arc Staff, like twirl it above your head, and then launch it out. And then it will embed into the ground or into bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. While that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning. Previously, we had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make a what we call a sentient arc soul that fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base Arc Soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any Arc Soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire.
O sea que la versión amplificada del alma de Arco será la alma de Arco de la exótica. Bueno, ¿qué va a ser la exótica entonces? Bueno, ya veremos la nota de la parche cuando salgan.
So we gave Titans a new movement option. Something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment you see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or get away. It's a movement tool to the max.
Me encanta. No, me encanta. Me encanta.
Thunderclap, which is like an amazing thing.
Me encanta. Me encanta esa habilidad.
Super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee.
Me encanta.
And as that cocks back and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole goal of deleting things, I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is, oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're gonna have to really read your opponent here. The whole through line with Arc is like, it really isn't that complicated. It's move fast, hit hard, and stay
Loco, voy a mainear Titán esta temporada, como todas las temporadas, pero esta vez con mucha más razón que nunca, porque el arco tras conocer a Titán se ve genial. Garra de la Avaricia debió haber salido en esta temporada, si te soy honesto. Garra de la Avaricia en esta temporada hubiera caído como anillo al dedo.
The interesting thing about Destiny is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game, we're kind of a blend of both. And we take inspiration when we say pirates. It's old world pirates that you would see traditionally back in the 17 and 1800s. We have like a flintlock pistol, we have an exotic fusion rifle that plays different than fusion rifles you've ever seen before.
It's just like end to end, just really leaning into that spirit of like the pirate adventure. And let's also make it so that new players coming in can actually jump in and get started. The gift of the Gods is a starter kit. It's a setup.
Exotic weapon. So jump in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
Ah, bueno. Ya, es obvio. Era obvio. Bro. Let's go. Let's go. Mira cómo se ve muy brutal.
fans when King's Fall returned to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, King's Fall was the first thing I got to work on. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall. We've shown you the new damage type, Strand. We've shown you some of the deeper changes to the game that we're going to be making throughout the next year. But we have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
¿Cómo? ¿Qué cosa?
Destiny is coming to the Epic Game Store.
¡Se los dije! ¡Se los
Epic has
dije!
been an
¡Se
absolutely
los
fabulous
dije!
partner to work
¡Se los
with.
dije!
They love Destiny.
¡Se los
And we
dije!
are just
Destiny para
huge
Epic.
fans of what they've
Destiny
been
para
doing in
Epic.
the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on
Se los
us.
dije.
And they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to
Ajo,
talk
lo de
about the
Pico jugaban
summer of
Destiny.
Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock Drift.
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Game Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free. If you haven't earned your Gallahorn yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Game Store and you can jump in for free.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration. One that stretches a little further than the last city.
¿Van a regalar el 30 aniversario para que descarguen el juego en Epic? ¡Ojo! 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 Desde hoy, desconocida Ícora y Flavala en Fortnite. Me vengo.
A few years ago, we shared our
Lamenten
plans
Fortnite,
for the
lamenten
Light and
Fortnite.
Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making, is coming to an end.
¿Se lo dije?
Since we
¿Se lo
started
dije? No se lo
charting our
dije.
own course, we've been building this story
Fortnite collab.
across 5 years of expansions, since the first pyramid ship emerged in Shadowkeep and we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape, we're building towards a climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come.
Espero que hayan hecho algo con su
Destiny
motor.
2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions.
¿Qué?
We want this story, since we first communed with the darkness on the moon, to be fully playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions.
¡Ojo!
We want the Destiny
¡Se acabó el
universe to grow,
DCV!
and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible.
¡Se acabó el DCV!
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
No se va ningún DLC más.
Because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Right now,
Una semana de DLCs totalmente
and the Helm's
gratis.
got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up on the fun.
Destiny is live on the Epic Game Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about the future, right now, pre-orders for Lightfall are live on all platforms.
Ya está,
And
ya está.
anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
También están los pre-orders ya.
So we'll see you in game.
Loco.
Cuando vean este glorioso final, vendrán a por nosotros.
He leído sobre ellas.
Bueno.
¿Cuál es la palabra humana?
Creo que ya me compraron. Lo siento, ya me compraron, la verdad. Lo voy a preordenar. Le soy honesto, lo voy a preordenar. Lo voy a preordenar, lo siento. Lo siento, lo voy a preordenar. Se me ve muy brutal.
Que vengan y observen. Lo que hagan entonces determinará quiénes son.
Me vengo. No, me vengo. Me vengo. ¿Esto qué? Ya, acabó hacia secas. Vaya forma seca de acabar, ¿no? Le esperaba una pantalla que hiciera Destiny 2, Eclipse. No, me vengo. Me vengo completamente. Me vengo completamente. No, wow. O sea, no tengo palabras. O sea, no tengo palabras.